dollar for every time these niggas hate. I be rich like Jen, yeah. I got rich with baby face.
Welcome back to IPA, where we keep it real and raw with two of the homies. I'll let y'all introduce yourselves.
Appreciate you for having me, bro. I'm Psy. I go by Syoneofone on all social media.
CC Relloo on all platforms, everything.
Hey, so let the people know, where did it all start, man? Where y'all from?
Shit, I'm from Gary. I'm from like Grand Park. I was born in Gary, but I was raised in Maryville. But I moved to Maryville when I was second grade.
Mm-hmm.
I lived like 35th in Virginia.
You went to Maryville High School?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm from East Haven, but then I grew up out in Ville also, majority of life, but been turned up ever since then.
I see. So CC, take me through your music shit, bro. Like, have you always been into making music, or did you like start with a different art form and it kind of developed into that later?
Yeah, well, shit, I was just chilling. Me and the guys chilling, freestyling. That's where it started out. Chilling. Well, Dan started on like summer down there. Like, summer day, I ain't gonna lie, it was summer day. When did Bobby Sweater drop Hot Nigga? That was the first time I hopped on that motherfucker.
That was 2012?
Yeah.
That was 2012?
Nah.
It was like 13.
Yeah, 2013 or 2014.
I don't know. I know I dropped a Hot Nigga remix. Dude. We went up there since that Hot Nigga remix. Been up there since, you know.
Yeah.
But then shit.
Hot Nigga was an era, boy.
Yeah.
That shit.
That was hella remixes to that song.
Oh, yeah. I mean, bro, but it's like that because everything about that video was just turned, nigga. Like, when Bobby threw that hat, bro, that shit was chef's kiss, my nigga. Like, hey, it don't get much better than that, bro. So did you progressively start taking the music more serious as time went on, or were you just like always head first into shit?
I always took it serious, you know, like, I take everything I do serious. So like, shit, I just kept doing it. I kept getting better at it. Then shit, I could probably say 2019 probably, like I'm like, shit, I could really blow with this shit. Like, everybody's already saying shit, I'm decent, I'm talented and shit. I've been getting that a lot lately, for real. So I know the time is near. That time is coming. So,
yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? I ain't gonna rush it. It's God time.
Yes, sir. What about you, Seth?
Shit, really, if it wasn't for Taji, I ain't gonna lie, he the one they pushed it, like, for the clothes and shit. Like, one day, like, 2020, all of a sudden, he texted me out of nowhere, he like, start you a brand. I'm like, what? Like, nah, bro, I'm just supporting you. Like, nigga, start you a brand. Like, I was, like, known for, like, you know, putting that shit on and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, and I thought about it, I'm like, why not start me one, you know? Like, I ain't really think of it, like, I'm gonna just support bro, but nah, I'm like, fuck it, why not?
I mean, honestly, because it's like, shit, I mean, you, truth be told, you know what your taste is, and you gonna make some shit that you would want to rap, you know?
And I already had hella ideas. I'm like, why not, you know, create my own shit, what I think, you know?
Mm-hmm. So before I, like, go more into, like, the background shit, let me ask y'all, because I know that a lot of times, like, when it comes to people, when their perception of you is like, you have, like, they look at your trajectory, like, up here, you know what I'm saying? Like, they feel like you, like you said, you know, it's God time. They look at you like it's next up already. And I'm sure you've gotten the same remarks, you know? So how do y'all react or respond to those comments? Because I know sometimes it can make people feel like, I know for me, like, I don't, and I think this is because I'm super overly critical of myself, but I don't really like being told, like, oh, your shit gonna go crazy, or your shit doing this, because it's like, I feel like it's gonna take me out of the mind of the hustle.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Too big-headed.
Yeah, so like, what are y'all takes on it?
I appreciate it, but you know, I'm gonna take it lightly. I ain't gonna, you know, let it get to my head.
Yes, same for real shit. I appreciate it, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm in the studio down there. I don't got my own studio, so I go to, you know what I'm saying, to my homie spot. Every week. I'm there every week. Getting out at least 4 songs.
That's how it gotta be. I mean, that hustle, like, that hard work shit, I think a lot of one of the biggest negative things that I think social media does to us especially since like we're still in like the younger generation,
Yeah.
but we're kind of crossing over into like, you know what I'm saying? But I think one of the things that social media shows is like they don't show the hard shit it took to get to that point. It's like you seeing the end result of success.
Like
but
everybody's showing their highlights and shit.
Exactly, but you're not looking at the everyday, like nigga, I'm working every day to make this shit happen, you know? And I don't know, like I feel like with the socials and shit, it's easy to get caught up in that shit. And I think that, at least speaking for myself, like comparison is the thief of joy. You know, like you can never really be proud or be proud of where you're at that time if you're always looking at the next man and what they doing, you know?
And then like social media having people rushing their goals, like
yeah,
you know, everybody's time is different.
Yeah, and that's facts too, because it's like some shit that popped and worked for one nigga is not gonna work for everybody. And it's not no one shoe fits all type of situation, you know.
Exactly.
What kind of kids was y'all in school? Like what? Because CC, I can tell you was into some shit. I can tell. I feel like Sam was a little more like you. I feel like you was more like me, where it's like I'll get away with the shit I know I can get away with, but like I feel like your ass is just like fuck the teacher, nigga.
No, I wasn't too wild. I was decent. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I went to school. I ain't no dummy. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I made the right choices. I ain't stupid. If I did do something, I did it the right way. I did it the best way, and I ain't get caught. You know what I'm saying?
That's really good.
Right. A lot of niggas do shit to get caught, and then to go talk about it, rap about it. Why you trying? What the fuck you? Who the fuck you trying to prove? Like, if you did it, you did it. What you gotta prove? Prove to the net for it. Like,
I mean, shit.
Like, I don't gotta.
I definitely say I was like, you know, like chill. I wasn't too much in this stuff. I was hooping, like
okay.
Yeah, I was hooping. I was from Maryville, then I transferred to EC my senior year, and I was hooping over there.
Did you play any other sports besides
basketball?
basketball?
I just basketball.
Okay, I feel it.
Well, I tried. Well, not in high school, but like I tried like track and field, like 8th grade. But I wasn't fucking with that shit. I hate running that shit, man.
Bro, I feel like
basketball was like running, like I was out punishment.
Yeah. But I feel like with the track, I used to love track and field back in middle school. But what killed it for me, bro, was it was like conference 8th grade. And I was long jumping and shit. I had been undefeated the whole season, bro. I had never I didn't lose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, yeah, this shit gonna be smooth. So I jumped like, it was like 17, 2.5 or some shit. 17.2. And we were waiting around for some other dude that was running his events, but the meet was ending and shit. So I'm looking at the judges like, yo, like, where's my, you know what I'm saying, where my shit at? But, so they ended up letting the dude actually come in and jump, bro. I shit you not, this nigga jumped a 17.3. Yeah. I promise you, when they gave me that second place medal, you can ask my mom about this shit. Bro, I threw that shit away. I literally threw it in the trash can when we was at the stadium, and she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't want
fuck that.
Nah, because I know that, nah.
Right. If you come in second, you first to lose.
Hell yeah. And I'm just looking at it like, man, this nigga shouldn't have even been able to jump anyways. Like, I thought we was going by the rules, but hey, it was, nah. But you play any sports, bro?
Yeah, man, I used to hoop, not ball on niggas in real life. It's evident, no cap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So tell me about the clothes, man. Let's get into the clothes.
I started, like, I had the idea, like, 2020. Mm-hmm. I dropped my first shirt, like, October 2021. And, let me start back a little bit. How I came up with, like, my name, my clothing brand is called Teflon. And, when we was, like, in IU Bloomington, like, me and the homies, because some of my homies went to IU and shit.
Yeah.
We was just chilling. We was watching, like, a John Gotti movie. And then, like, I was just watching it. Next thing you know, he said like Teflon Don. I'm like, I looked at Tajay. I'm like, yeah, that's the name. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So I ran with that, and I dropped my first shirt like 2021, and then after I dropped my first shirt, like I kind of got like discouraged because my IG got hacked.
Oh, Damn.
Yeah, so I kind of got discouraged. And I took a little break, and that kind of fucked me up a little bit. I know I was fucked up about it, cause like my engagement was like motherfuckers really fucking with my shit, and it kind of like fucked me up a little bit. So,
no, I understand. I mean, that shit happened to my homie, and he makes music and shit. So I know it's like that shit'll kill like. Cause you don't want to kill the motion you already got, but then it becomes like, nigga, if nobody's seeing this shit, then what does it matter?
Exactly. So Taji was on my ass. He's like, man, you need to drop some shit, man. What you doing, man? Come on, like motherfuckers. Man, it's crazy, motherfuckers. I run into people like, when you gonna drop some shit? I'm like, man, let me get on there. Let me stop playing. Let me.
Cause now you got a demand for it.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful part. Is like, cause if it wasn't shit, the niggas wouldn't have cared if you dropped again or not.
Exactly.
Straight up. But nah, that's damn. So like, eventually, what do you see like? Where do you want to take the brand? Like, what do you see like 5 years from now if everything goes exactly according to plan? Which it never will, you know. But
I want my shit. I want all my favorite rappers and artists in my shit. Like, I want my shit to be up there with the top dogs, you know.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Damn. So CC, tell me about this project, man, because I'm gonna check it out tomorrow, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on it.
So, it's up. That shit going up. I ain't gonna lie, it's the hottest shit in the streets. Hey,
heard it here first.
Hey, no skips. 12 out of 12. Like it took me. I locked in with my man's Dollar. He produced all 12 tracks. I linked up with him like last year around April. He came with like a whole bunch of tracks. So I've been recording since April.
Is this I'm sorry to cut you off, but is this someone you've already known, like, or did y'all just like develop that relationship?
Yeah, I knew him. When I was younger and shit.
You got that?
Yeah, I know when I was younger and shit. Then shit, he hit me up talking about he making beats and shit. I'm like, shit, I you a test try out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So shit.
Worst that can happen, shit.
Exactly. Then shit, cause I was already in the midst of trying to find my whole team, my video team, beat maker team, you know what I'm saying? Cause I already got everything else. I just need I'm trying to find a real strong, genuine team who could take me to that next level. So once I found him, I'm like, all right, bet, come on, let's lock in. I'm finna do this take. Let me see what you got. He sent me hella beats. I recorded on him. He fucking with it. I'm just fucking with the whole vibe, you know what I'm saying? Cause basically, he down there was studying me a little bit before I even, you know what I'm saying? So he knew what I wanted. By the time you know what I'm saying? But by the time he hit me up, he was ready for me. You know what I'm saying? So shit, and after that, shit, what is that? 8 months later, this shit going up. It just dropped today. Go get that shit.
Yeah. So I want to go back to one of the points you touched on, like, explain how important it is to really have a team in this shit, like to really be able to like create success from it.
Right, no, for real, man. You need some solid motherfuckers in your corner to help you, guide you cause just one opinion is your opinion strong, your shit good, you good, you know what I'm saying? But to have other people telling you different ears and shit, different minds, it help keep it going, help keep it rolling and shit.
Yeah, well, you don't know everything, you know.
Exactly.
It don't hurt to, you know.
Like
together people to help.
Yeah.
This tape, he put together all the songs. Shit, he put down 1 through 12. He picked the songs.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that'd be I think that's a good way to go about it because it's not because even when like back when I was making music, I would hear some shit, think it's hot, and then like get mixed reviews about it and. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the ego in me. You know what I'm saying? Part of me is feeling like, oh, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, damn, what they listening to? But at the same time, I have to be honest enough with myself to know not everybody's going to like this shit. Let's be real.
Right, everybody got their own taste.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's niggas that's still saying Drake's trash. It's niggas that's saying Jay-Z trash. Like, it's, you can't win in this game. You know
everybody not going to like you, you know?
Yeah, nah, and I don't think that people should get into it for everyone to like them, you know? I think it's more so like with music, with any art, I think you should do it out of a level of like passion and commitment. It has to come from like within you, like at a point, because you have to almost be crazy to push yourself that hard and invest in yourself that much to really be able to you know what I'm saying, break through to that cusp. Because before you tell anybody, or before anyone tells you that you the shit, you gotta believe that shit.
Exactly, for sure.
100%.
Definitely, because if you don't believe in motherfuckers, ain't like, who will?
Yeah. So what's y'all family support been like?
Shit,
with the music and clothes and everything.
Definitely, yeah. We got a strong support system here. Like they pushing us, you know, keeping us accountable. You know.
Yeah. So, what do you think's been the most interesting part about getting into this journey for both of y'all and like your own respective rights?
I'd say really just looking like the behind the scenes of how everything worked, like, you know, the creative process and
I mean, shit. Like, cause even with those shirts, like me and the homies, we designed our first Apex merch.
So,
and like even with that shit, coming up, finding somebody that could do a design that we actually wanted, that's already like hard as fuck, considering like budget versus like what you're getting. Cause I'll pay for something if I feel like the quality is there. But if it's like, nigga, you charging me $250 for some shit I could do, it ain't happening. But like I think that the journey of that shit is just like, I don't know, like even with like when it came to the clothes and shit, we had to get one of my homies, he's like our acting accountant, you know, and we individually invest into the brand ourselves from our own pockets, you know what I'm saying, to keep the shit moving. But the only reason we decided to work it like that is because we spent like 3 years trying to like bumping our heads on the same obstacles and shit. And it's like, okay, instead of us trying to do this individually in our own rights, why not actually actively try to push the brand ourselves? Like 6 people pushing one product, like let's see what it could do for us, because we already seen what we got when we were doing it by ourselves. You know. Yeah. So I think like, I mean, just having a good network in general, and even when it just comes to like the energy you have around you, you know, because we didn't have to cut off a couple people just based off of like how they were moving outside of out of our group, you know, because
you gotta protect their energy, man.
Yeah, and it's like people have to understand with a brand, it's like you're representing something more than just yourself. It's not just about you. So if you can't take that perspective, if you can't look at it through that lens, there's no possible way I could work with you, because I know if the roles are reversed, I would never shit on your name, you know. So we had a couple bad apples in the situation, but have y'all had any of those type of encounters where it was like someone was like maybe impeding or just like kind of fucking up the vibe, whether it was like through the music shit or just like not really like adding like anything to the equation, you know?
Nah, I ain't had that problem.
Yeah, I had it. All you bullshit ass videographers, all you motherfuckers who be taking all day to come record me and shit on bullshit. Yeah, that shit pissed me off. Straight up.
That is facts though.
And that shit fuck with my creative process, because if I hit you up with money trying to get and record me, come record me. You don't want this money, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true. It shit is true. And that's another thing too, like that I learned through this shit is like when it comes to the actual business part of the shit, I would much rather pay you to do something for me than to like ask and hope that you do something for me off the strength. And the only reason I say that is because I've like through experience, like I done had a nigga do some, or I've asked a nigga to do some shit for me, and they'll end up taking 3 months. Like the situation lasted 3 months, and it was like, you know, I ended up hitting him up, and he almost felt like offended that I'm asking you about some shit you agreed to do. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to money, it's like if I'm paying you to do some shit, my honest take is like, bro, like, is money involved? Like,
do the shit.
Just do the shit, bro.
That be the thing. These niggas don't want money.
And that's the crazy
part. I pay niggas top dollar for studio time. They don't want to come get the money. Like, bro, what the fuck? You don't want to work. That's the crazy part. Like, what the fuck?
So, bro, what are y'all biggest motivations when it comes to not only just like the art shit, but just in life in general? Like, what do you want out of life?
Yeah, I just want to be financially free, you know? Just be able to do anything on my own time whenever I want.
But I mean, they do say more money, more problems.
For sure. Well, I mean, shit, I take the problems, you know? I mean, I'd rather be free than, you know, what's life without no problems? You know, we all gonna have problems.
Yeah, because you really can't appreciate the good without the bad.
Like, I'd rather be having problems and be broke as hell, and you still gonna have problems. You still gonna have problems. Like,
Well, you broke too, so it's like,
you know,
same shit. I want to be free, shit.
and just take care of my people. You know,
It's like I was just saying in my song. What I said in that song, I said, niggas act like, damn. I'm gonna have to cut that shit out. Fuck, I had it on my head though. That's the crazy part.
So I know y'all seen that shit with my boy Jonathan Majors.
oh yeah.
I know y'all seen that shit.
And his girl, like, and she Caucasian.
Yeah,
I
she
feel
a
like,
bunny. He was bunny hopping.
Yeah, I feel like, you know how some of it is, you know.
I mean,
I don't think he did anything for real.
I'm not gonna go as far as to say I don't think he did it. I just think that he got way too much money behind him for them not to get him out of that situation.
Right, yeah.
But only fucked up part about that shit is I feel like shit, once the money start running out and shit, like let's say all said and done, he did all his movies and retired. That's really when they try to get your ass. You know what I'm saying? Cause
and it's crazy. Like when you start like, coming up, it's always something. Like motherfuckers trying to get like, you know, trying to throw the dirt in your name, you know? It's always something like.
I mean, honestly, but that's kind of like comes with the territory, almost. You know, like you can't, like you said, you know, you can't win in the shit at the end of the day, and you can't. Even if you try to go against the system as much as you can, like look at Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He tried that shit. Some of the shit I was like, you know, I feel but the other shit I'm like, I'm gonna sit this one out. But
he be standing on it though, so I respect him for that shit.
Hey, that man said he watched Superbad and now he likes Jewish people. But yeah, like I just think when it comes to that shit though, like your life is under a scope once you've reached a certain level, you know, and
I always watch.
Yeah, like what comes to mind when I say that is you remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a video of this nigga Brian out at he was out at the club, I think, after one of his games, and then this girl, she was like, I don't know what she said in the video, I forget. I think she said something to the effect of like, oh, we going to the strip, or we going somewhere, you know, and with LeBron in the picture, that nigga literally turns around and runs down, bro, this nigga ran down the fucking stairs while they going up, like, and this man just sitting on the stairs trying to come down. But I'm like, bro, like, that dude understands how to move. Like, he knows how to move when it's, as soon as he seen that light on that camera,
he either go on and off the court. Like,
it's like he ain't got no scandals, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't get caught up in nothing.
They hate real niggas.
They hate it. They hate it because but truth be told, he was pretty much, they were projecting that nigga to be the GOAT before he even came into the league. Like
let me ask you, who's your favorite basketball player?
See, you ain't gonna like my favorite basketball player. Hey, my nigga James Harden. For sure, I fuck with James Harden.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, he ain't the Houston.
But look, he ain't gotta be that. He don't. But he's still like I think D'Antoni really fucked his career up because he gave him the ultimate green light. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you could pull up from wherever, you controlling the offense. You don't have to play defense. It's just score. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't win basketball games. And like he got really close and he almost beat the Warriors, but he kept running back into them. Western Conference Finals, Rockets versus Warriors. And we already know how it's gonna go because it's like they gonna trap him with 3 people and he's still gonna try to shoot the shit, you know what I'm saying? So but who your favorite player?
LeBron, Mr. GOAT.
He definitely like if I didn't really fuck with James Harden and how he was going crazy back in the Houston days, Brown would definitely be my favorite. He's definitely the most exciting player to watch.
Brown, for sure. I fuck with Steph too. Steph, he different. Man.
See, Steph, I feel like I don't know. From like a basketball standpoint, I love Steph because he makes the worst plays look like the most easiest shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he has some good slept on defense. Yeah, no, his defense is actually kind of solid.
They be trying to they used to try to baby him like he couldn't play defense.
Yeah,
he got better defense.
Who you talking about, Brian?
No, Steph.
Yeah.
And I feel like he changed the game. I ain't gonna lie.
He did. 100%.
None of us want to shoot these many threes because,
I mean, it wasn't, but it was just like so unconventional. Like the people were shooting threes, but it's like they running the whole play through shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly right.
Steph just gonna pull up. Right. Like I mean, like that shit he did to OKC, bro. Like I mean, bro, they don't like that shit is like his career personified. Like you can't guard this nigga.
Who you think won in the finals?
This year.
Fuck the Bulls.
It's such a crazy. I don't think it's gonna be a Western Conference team, to be honest with you, because I was just looking at the Eastern or the NBA standings, and I think the fourth seed was 8 games higher. The fourth seed in the East were 8 games higher than the fourth seed in the West. Yeah. And like it was just like their whole like the West. I mean the East was looking fire.
Yeah,
like all their teams are winning and they're all good ass teams and they're exciting to watch. You know, but I don't think it's gonna be the West because I can't see Phoenix and KD gelling like they need to for the playoffs. I don't really even think that's a good fit for them because I felt like, Devin Booker, CP3, like they was able to, you know what I'm saying?
When we first seen it, was like, damn, they win the playoffs.
Hey, when they first came out, them niggas but it really started in the bubble though because you remember they went undefeated in the bubble and didn't make the playoffs because their record was just ass. Yeah. But like once they got going, bro, that nigga Devin Booker was looking like MJ. I'm not gonna lie. That nigga was going crazy, and I was like, damn.
I think the Celtics. I feel like the Celtics. They might. I don't know.
I think they can. I think they. I mean, the Bucks. That like those two would probably be the most likely. Yeah. I would want to see Philly win for James Harden. Plus, Embiid's been going crazy. I hope he ends up getting MVP because he's really been having a crazy ass season.
He better get it, but they fuck around and give it to.
They probably gonna give it. Yeah, they gonna give it to Jokic or fucking. I mean, who else has been having a crazy ass season though? I know that boy Tatum's been going on.
Oh yeah.
That boy Giannis.
What about Luka? He ain't been doing too much lately.
Damn. I don't know. I feel like Luka's just a white James Harden. For real. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you watch the way he plays, that nigga plays exactly the same way. He just still gets the Houston calls. That's the thing. Like he get them calls. But I don't know. I'm not. I've already said to the homies like I'm not sold on Luka yet, bro. I don't know what it is, and he cold. Like I can't deny the nigga be going crazy. I mean,
like
the dude be going crazy, but
they ain't give him like something to work with. Like they not giving the right pieces.
Yeah.
Cause Kyrie, they two ball dominant players. Like they not gonna.
I mean, that nigga Kyrie just wanted to leave, bro. He was just,
right, exactly.
I mean, he was gonna go to wherever the fuck, and it was just like
to LA, man.
I mean, but I could see some like behind the scenes shit stopping that from going down, you know. And even still, like Kyrie never really I just feel like he never really like appreciated Bron as like a teammate, you know what I'm saying, or really like felt he needed Bron there, and it may just be because of like Bron being like the GOAT or in the GOAT conversation, but I mean shit, them niggas back in Cleveland, they was
different,
but I'm glad that this basketball season is coming to an end though, because I feel like I don't even really be tapping into the playoffs.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with college more than NBA for real. Yeah. Like it's more exciting.
Bro, I feel like I just fell off of like sports in general. Watching sports, like I'll keep up with basketball and shit just because like I follow like pages on Instagram, but like nigga, I used to love football. And like after high school football, bro, I didn't give a fuck about that shit. I was like,
do you sports bet?
Nah. I see, bro. My thing with betting is I hate losing money.
That shit.
Nigga, when I lose money, like I went to the casino 2 times. Never again.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit addicting. But I've stopped. It's been a while since I did that.
See,
that shit.
I'm just maybe if I would have won some money the first time.
I won a few dollars, but like once you win though, you like keep chasing that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I stopped that shit because that shit.
Yeah, nah, them sports betting shits, they low key. You seen that they gonna try to start implementing sports betting into WWE?
What?
That shit dumb as fuck. Cause that shit is scripted like motherfucker. Like they gonna make so much money off that shit cause like
a nigga die on an RKO and your bet just fucked.
That shit stupid. Like that shit, come on man, like that shit fake. Like I ain't gonna lie, why that shit feel so real though? Like
I think because it was like the thing is that shit is real. Like they really are kicking each other. And shit. But it's like we didn't understand that there was a whole nother narrative to the shit. But
it was an actual script to
it. Yeah. But what's crazy too is like back in the 70s and 80s and shit, like people used to just host like wrestling events like just on the fly. Like they'd just get some homies and shit, like tell people to come and they'll just like wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Like
I ain't gonna lie, when I was little, I was into that shit. Like I had all the action figures, all that shit.
Bro, I'll tell you a funny ass story now that you bring that up. So like I had these like
I can tell you some shit.
Yeah. So I had these fucking stitches under my lip, bro. Me and this nigga Jay, we used to share a room back when we lived in Alabama. So we watching WWE, but he like you know what I'm saying? We going there a little bit. This nigga out of nowhere just jumps in the air and just drop kicks me right in my fucking mouth, bro. My teeth went through the bottom of my lip, nigga. My mama came in and whooped his ass, boy. That shit was fucked up. But yeah, that nigga fucked me up.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to think I was Jeff Hardy when I was little. I used to I had I don't got the scar no more, but like, I had a scar on above like my eyebrow. Like I used to be wrestling my pillows and shit.
Yeah.
I jumped off my dresser and did a backflip and bust my shit like tripping.
God damn.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
It was probably either. It was between. I'll give you top 3: Jeff Hardy, Batista, and fucking I fuck with Kane. I fuck with Kane back in the day. Like back in like 06, 07, that was.
For sure. Honestly, mine was John Cena. You know, I gotta go with John Cena.
I don't know.
Jeff Hardy. Fuck around. Damn it, Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, he was that nigga. But you remember when that nigga, the great Khali, crushed his head? So have y'all seen that new AI shit that's been going around, right? Like all the AI music that's being made. And shit.
I seen. I just seen this video on Twitter. This dude like doing Kanye and shit. That shit sounds just like Kanye. I'm like, what the fuck?
You seen the one of Lil Uzi doing Cody and Crazy?
No, I ain't. Nah,
that one's crazy. That one it low key sound like a hit. I'm not gonna lie. That shit sound good as fuck.
That shit is crazy though. How the technology is advanced. Like,
I mean, I think eventually what they end up doing is just like putting like making it illegal to use other people's voices and shit, because that shit can get somebody caught up in some crazy shit. But I seen that, like you remember, I don't know if y'all remember this shit, but it was like a couple months ago. They had that one AI rapper. Like that AI dude. And they said he like. And they said he got signed to a fucking brand and shit.
That
like,
shit was so weak.
Bro, and then he ended up getting canceled because he said nigga.
Yeah, that shit was dumb as hell.
Bro, and it's just like, bro, the crazy part is like these labels, bro. They talk about they signed this nigga, right? They signed this artificial fucking computer program. Right. So you pretty much just saying you just put the money from one pocket into the other, essentially, because money ain't going nowhere, probably to the programmer and shit.
And I'm like, listen to that weak ass shit.
Bro, and that's the thing. It wasn't like he was dropping heat.
Right.
If he would have been dropping heat, it would have been a whole different situation. And it was like, this AI, like this all AI, like this the future of rap. I think that shit could fuck music up, bro.
Nah, for real though.
Low key, because I think they could, like, an AI generated, like, if they program the right shit into it, that nigga could probably make the craziest drill song ever, bro. Like, literally just the craziest shit ever, bro.
Sure. Well, what's like your favorite artist and shit?
My favorite artist? Damn. I feel like my nigga Childish Gambino.
For sure.
He definitely way up there for me.
I ain't like one of my favorite. No, that's not my favorite song, but when he came out with 3005.
Oh yeah,
that was that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
And I was just listening to Feels Like Summer today.
For sure.
Nigga, that shit is a vibe. Like, I don't know what his music. I fuck with the fact that he can rap and he decides to like kind of do his own shit. You know what I'm saying? But from a strictly rap standpoint, that nigga low key, that nigga Tyler the Creator.
For sure.
I was fucking with his shit like heavy back in like when I was in high school and shit, and then like the new shit he's been dropping, like he's just really trying to be like show niggas he can rap.
He drop an album or something?
He just dropped the album today.
Okay.
Same day as you. Hey, it's God given. It's destiny. What about you though? Who y'all be listening to?
I listen to like a lot of underground rappers and shit, but I fuck with of course Drake, you know. But I say probably like my favorite rappers probably be like Lucky, you know Lucky?
Yeah.
Lucky, Baby Smooth, my nigga CC Relloo. I fuck with R&B too. I fuck with a lot of R&B, for real, like.
Cause I for that Tyrese.
Nah, I ain't love no Tyrese. Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Have you been to any concerts recently?
I ain't never been to a concert.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't never been to a concert. But I would like to go. I want to go to the Drake concert. I ain't gonna lie. I want to go for it.
Man, them tickets. They
but,
crazy.
You know, I say on a rap for him, man.
Yeah. Now, I mean, they started out at like $250 though, but $250 for a concert is like, I mean, it's Drake though.
Yeah,
it's
Drake.
It's Drake.
But it's like they taxing for like nosebleeds. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's Drake, man.
It's Drake. It's like, damn, like you can't even see the nigga. He like an ant, you know?
Shit, you want to come see Drake? Shit, you gonna be up there.
Wait till that shit hit YouTube.
Yeah, you still can say you saved his ass.
Nah, fuck all that. I need to be right in the middle.
I'm trying to be behind the stage.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Looking like, damn, get like a press pass. That nigga, when I had Jordan on here, he was talking about how he snuck into Summer Smash because he made his own press pass and shit, and just pulled up with a camera, walked in that bitch.
That's all right.
But low key, I got a crazy story about some festival shit. So I used to know this dude back in the day. He used to be my next door neighbor. So he used to be like, he was this like, just this hippie, like this hippie white dude, you know, long hair, just like, you know, but he was always cool, always trying to smoke shit. So we got cool, and like I noticed that he was moving a lot of shit, and it was never like I would ask about the shit because I was just like, you know, doing you, but he would show me a lot of shit too. So I asked him one day, and I was like, yo, so like, how did you end up like kind of getting all your money to do this shit? Because I can see how much shit you moving with, so I just want to know. And he's like, basically what he did, I forget what age he said he was. I think he said he was like 17 or 18 or some shit, but he had went to Lollapalooza, and he went, I forget what park Lollapalooza's in, but he knew that the park was gonna be like that, like Lala was coming up, you know, they were gonna start setting up for it and shit. So months before, he had bought like a bunch of like Molly, bunch of acid, you know what I'm saying, weed, like coke, all that shit. Took it to the park where they were gonna do it at, dug a little hole up, buried that shit, got to Lala, dug that shit up, trapped that shit all throughout the entire festival, bro. And he was like, that was like my first really big come up. Ever since then, everything's kind of just kept rolling on. I was like, damn. I was like, that's some like Walter White shit. Like that's like some like you really like thinking about
shit,
like for real. And I'm like, you really was like in that shit. He was like, yeah, I mean.
Why did some shit want to like what it did too?
But like when I heard it, I was like, damn. But nobody nobody's gonna think about doing some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you really kind of like sit there and make a whole plan, damn, there's some mad that nutty shit for real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nah. Have y'all ever tripped before?
What?
Not off acid or anything.
No.
Kind of shrooms.
What was that experience like?
See, I ain't gonna lie. I took like the chocolate bar, so I ain't really get the real feel. Like I felt good. It was like a body hack, but like I ain't really
get like no visuals from it?
Yeah, I need to try the real deal.
Yeah.
That other one was cool.
But it's cool though.
I mean, honestly, with that shit, like, what did you do when you had tried them? Was y'all just like out?
We was
Shit.
getting high. We was in the backyard chilling in the pool and shit.
Smoking and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was a nice body hack, but like I wanted like you said, visual, like see that, like, you know, tripping.
Yeah.
But like off the chocolate though, when I look at some shit, it'll move, but like you know.
Yeah.
But like I say like my like everything be bright though, like that's vibrant, everything, you know.
Yeah, it kind of, it's like almost looking through like, I was gonna say like Instagram filter and shit, and it's just like
shit, that shit clear as hell.
Oh god, clear as fuck, bro.
Like clear as hell.
Did y'all watch any movies off of it or anything?
Hell no.
I did.
Bro, watching movies off of Psychedelics, that shit. Like I remember, me and my homies, we was tripping one time. We was watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, that's right.
And you remember that one scene where like bro is like in the he's at, you know, because they lived in a fucked up ass house and they got that big ass hole in the ceiling, and bro's sitting there and it's just snowing on him and shit. And we was just laughing at his head. Like I'm just laughing like, bro, like why the fuck would he even sleep up there? Like you do not gotta get snowed on. But yeah, nah, that shit. I had like when I was in high school, nigga, that shit was in the mix. Like we got low-key, we got a lot of people at Hobart like tripping off of that shit.
That's crazy.
And the craziest like time, or one of the craziest experiences I had off of that shit was me and my boy, we went to Hobart High School like after it was probably like 9, 10 at night, because we were gonna meet up with some homies and smoking shit on top of the Jumbotron. So
on top of the Jumbotron?
Yes. So
wait, it's after school?
Yeah, like
yeah,
the
crazy.
So they used to sneak into like the press box and shit, and they used to just smoke in the press box and shit because they'd always leave it unlocked.
How does it?
Niggas said,
but hey, shit.
Hell no, that shit probably crazy though.
It was.
Y'all wasn't never scared like somebody y'all get caught?
Look, let me listen to this shit. So by the time we get to like the school and everybody pulls up, this is when the acid starting to kick in. So I'm like, damn, like this shit really hitting, and everybody else is tripping with us. So we go to the Jumbotron, we climb up, and when you have like around it, you know how they have that like gated shit around it, like it's like a gated fence around the ladder, so you can't like get in. So we squeeze through the gates and we climb up the ladder, you know, get to smoking and shit, and low-key, it was funny as fuck. Like, somebody was saying some funny shit, everybody was laughing, and then it got quiet because everybody seen a fucking, a car pull in through, like, the lot. And if you've ever been to Hobart, like, the football field's in all the way back at the school, you know? So, we're just watching the car as it's coming through the parking lot, and it goes under this street light, and as soon as it goes under there, it's a cop. So we all like, damn, like, so everybody starts, like, climbing down off the fucking ladder. We trying to squeeze through the fucking fence, and then like one of my homies, he like got his leg caught on like the bars and shit, like he couldn't get his leg out, so we had to pull this nigga out. His shit was like bruised as fuck. Ran over, jumped the fence, and now like, so it goes like the school, the football field, like the game field, and then the practice fields in the back. So we run to the practice fields, and there's this big ass like barn in the back of there. So when we get by the barn, because we were just gonna hide behind it, big ass motion light comes on. So now we're sitting in these fucking lights, and the cop by this time, so he comes into the school, he's going past like the football field, and he's about to wrap around where we're at. So I'm like, yo, I'm not about to get caught because I know my mama gonna whoop my ass, you know. So I run back towards the school because I'm about to go into the dugout by the baseball field. The rest of them, it was all woods behind us. So the rest of them ended up running into the woods and shit. So I run into the baseball field, see the cop, he like stops, looks around and shit. I'm just like looking and shit. He doesn't end up seeing me, so he ends up he just goes on, and I'm like, okay, good. Go back over to where they're at. I'm like, yo, he's gone, he's gone. These niggas ran through thorns and all types of shit, bro. They was fucked up. And one of my homies, when we had got back to the crib we were staying at, one of my homies, his whole ear, like one of the thorns, it took like a little chunk out of his shit, bro. Like it was literally just like open, and he like we looking at this shit, and I like you said, the shit is clear as fuck off of like psychedelics and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it, and he's like, bro, is it bad? And I'm looking, I'm like, bro, you might have to go to the hospital. I ain't gonna lie.
I know y'all was tripping,
bro. Like that shit. We used to be on so much hot shit back in Hobart, but it was like, I don't know. Back then, like, I'm glad I got it out of my system, because when I went to college and shit, like, I didn't want to do it. Like, I didn't want to have, like, none of those type of experiences down there, because I didn't know anybody. But all the people I was chilling with back then, I knew them from, like, middle school and shit, you know.
That shit crazy. Wait, I ain't never did no crazy like that, I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, because we could have easily got caught, then my whole situation would have fucked up. But, is there anything else y'all want to tell the camera?
Shit.
Is there anything else y'all want to get out? Let the people know, let the kids know.
Shit, I'm about to come up with a drop April 15th from the drop from shirts.
Yes, sir.
For my next drop. It's gonna go up.
I'm gonna put it in the video.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I need y'all to keep streaming. Tape this shit going all the way up. Forever Me. I ain't gonna lie. On all platforms.
Hey, you heard it here first.